Here in this video, we are going to learn about some basic HTML tags, which are anchor tag, image tag, button tag, and list tag. So I have mentioned here the basic structure of HTML, which is doc type HTML. Then I have HTML tag. Inside of HTML tag, we have head tag, title tag, and then we have body tag. So inside the body tag, I am going to write here anchor tag. A means anchor tag. So it has an important attribute which is href. That means hypertext reference. Means you are going to link this current page to another page once you will be clicking on this. So for example, I am writing here https www.umarwebs.online. This is my website, right? And here you are writing click here. All right, so if you will run this specific code, then you will be getting this link. So the important thing to learn from here is once you are going to put the cursor, then it is just converted to the hand, so that is representing link, like, right? So in the left bottom corner you can see the URL to which this link would be redirected. For example, you will be clicking over it and then you will be redirected to the specific page which is on the whose URL is on the left bottom corner. So let me show you. Once you will click over it, then you will be redirected to the URL which you mentioned into the href attribute. So this is umarwebs.online, right? So I am going back again. So here you can see that we have href attribute, and inside of it we mentioned URL. You can mention any URL if whatever you want. So here one more thing that you have to learn is target attribute. So by default the target is self. So it is representing that where your new URL will be opening. So currently you have seen that in the same window this has been opened. So if you want in the new tab, then you can write here blank. So now if you will click here, then you can see that in the new tab that specific URL opened. Alright, so there are two more values for the target attribute, which are top and parent. So I have mentioned the link into the URL, and I already explained the difference between blank, top, parent and self. So you should watch that video and you will definitely get the difference of all those values of the target attribute. Then we have another tag which is image tag, img. So we have two most important attribute inside of it. We have source and then we have alt. Alt means alternate text. For example, because of some reason your image has not been displayed on the page. So at that moment the text which you will have written inside the alt attribute, that would be shown over there. Alright, for example, I am writing here image. So currently I don't have any value inside the source, means I have not mentioned any specific image. So if you will be running this, you can see that this is image. So this is representing that the image is missing, but the alternate text is just representing that specific image. So this is important thing to mention, and this is also important for SEO. All right, because SEO engine don't read your images, that reads your alternate text. So I have already an image on desktop which is boy.jpg. So I am going to mention here boy.jpg. So that is in the current directory, that's why I am able to use this. So if you will run this, yeah, you got the output. So this is the image that we have just written over here. So you know that the link is not link is on the left side, and on the right side this is image, means click here link is this this one, and on the right of it we have the image. So if you wanted to see on the inspect, then you can see the structure. Here is the anchor tag, which we have this one, and then we have an image tag. Alright, so you can see that we have something which is little awkward, which is like the image is too big, so we want it smaller. So you can give some width. So for example, I am writing here 200. 200 means 200 pixel. You have no need to write here the pixel. So yeah, this is the image. You have just reduced the size by mentioning its width. So you can also give the height as well, but for a moment I have not given the height. So then we have another tag which is button. So button is a simple tag, button. So if you will refresh, you can see this button. So later in the JavaScript we will have more understanding about the button, that on click of that button what would be happening, and in the form also we will be using this specific button. So later we will discuss it deeply. Then we have list tag. So this is also an important one for showing our lists. So there are two types of list. One is unordered list UL and ordered list OL. So let me show you firstly unordered list. So UL means unordered list. Then we have list. For example, I am writing here fruits name. Banana, orange and apple. Alright, so if you will see on the output screen, you will see something like this. So banana, orange, apple. But you know that if I am just copying it and just going to paste underneath, and I want different type, like type equal to square. So if you will see now, you will get a new list, but you know this is square, right? So in the beginning this was disk, type was disk, means dot, and in the new type we have square. And now we have unordered list. So inside of ordered list we have list tag, and I'm writing here animal name. For example, goat. Then we have another tag, sheep. Then we have one more, horse. So if you will see on the output screen, you will see something like this. So by default 1, 2, 3 would be numbering. So if you want, you can change the type of it as well. So how that would be happening? You have to mention here type equal to, for example, capital A. Then you can see over here the new list would have A, B, C. Alright. So in the same way, if you are writing here some other types, so here is the hint. You can see that you can also mention small a, capital I, small I. So if you are writing here small I, then you can see that this is starting from I, and means first, second, third, in this way, right? So this is the way of listing. So if you want, you can also do it in the nesting way. So how that would be happening? For example, you are writing here animals. All right. So inside of this specific list, you want one more unordered list. So inside of it we have one more list. So for example, we have birds. Alright, so if you will see on the output screen, then you can see that on the first number we have sparrow, hen, peacock, then we have sheep, horse, right? So you can categorize in this way. So this is actually the nested list which you can mention inside of a list. Means we have ordered list, then we have a list, and inside of it we have another unordered list. So again, if you want one more nested, then you can mention inside of it. So this is the nesting of a list, right? So we have learned today about anchor tag, image tag, button tag, and list tag.